For those of you that went to the parade this morning to welcome Eric Burgess back to Missoula, our world record holding gold medalist, one of the presents he got from Snowbowl was one of the old wooden signs he used to sit up on one of the runs here that said, "No inverted aerials." So that was a gift to Eric this morning from Snowbowl. Who bet 25? Somebody bet. Did you bet 25, Mike? Okay, 25. I got 30. 30 bucks. For 30 bucks, we'll get him to draw 30 bucks for Kyle. How many times have you
I have
it. 35 over here. How about 40 bucks for Kyle? 40 bucks right here for Kyle Washington. 45. Brian, 45. Higher? 50. 45 is where it's at.
You're too kind, Brian.
45 for Kyle. 50. All right, over here we have 50 bucks for Kyle. Kyle feels especially good this year after years and years of off the jumping circuit. His nerves are back. He feels tanned, rested, ready. Where are we at? 45 for Brian. 45 once. 45 or 50 it is. I'm sorry, it's 50 to the lady right over here. 50 bucks, Brian. You want to go 55? All right, I just asked Keith how many years he's been jumping here, and it went way back to when he used to room with Ted Kaczynski. He couldn't remember.
Something like that.
Him and Ted, it wasn't just a pipe dream, you know. Okay, Ross is from Whitefish, Montana, here to jump pro in the North American Championship. A lot of jumpers from Whitefish came down this year. It's nice to see a lot of jumpers from up north coming down here. But I'll tell you what, the biggest and best one is still right here, so let's start in on Ross. What do you say we go with $5,000? Yeah! $5,000 anywhere? 5,000? How about 20? 20 bucks for the jumper. All right, 20 here. How about 25? That's not learned, folks. That's natural. 35 bucks. 30 going once, 30 going twice. Done deal. Okay, back for his 415th year of jumping is Tim Gardner. Tim was here before the jump was made out of wood. So let's start up. Tim's living in Whitefish, another one of those Whitefish skiers that's come down for the jump. All right, Dave Harrison jumped 155 feet today, and that was with he's never jumped here before. He jumped 155 feet. You like the hill? Yeah. Like your chances? Yeah. Good. Let's start at 30 bucks. He's from Whitefish. That was Dave Harrison hooked on phonics.
Brian and Kyle are back.
130. 130. Okay, we got 130. We need 140. Dave, learn that number again. 140 back here.
3,500.
All right, last year Devin finished second in the amateurs, and he jumped 176 feet on this hill. So that puts him up there in that top 10 already after a couple rounds of jumping. It's your long jump here. Can't remember. It was darn near as long as Lloyd's, wasn't it?
No. I'll take a read.
Well, I'll tell you what. Tom and Bill Jenny have been jumping off this jump since they were young fellers, and they're here to do it again this year. Let's start at 50, turning some money. We're looking for 60 bucks for Tom Jenny. All right, let's start our bidding off at 50 bucks. We've moved into the guys that are starting to be in the top half of the early jumping today. From Durango, Colorado. This is Phil Lamoth's son, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was Phil Lamoth's son. Welcome to Snowbowl. It's your first time here, isn't it?
I was here 2 years ago.
What's your long jumping?
My jump here was 176.
All right.
Thanks, Corey.
176 foot 2 years ago for the jumper from Durango, Colorado, Jordan McCormick. How much money have you made so far? Well, pretty much says it all about that big money here on the Gelande circuit. Actually, $8,000. Is it more? What do they pay at Steamboat? You know?
Not enough.
Not bucks. 50 bucks for Bill Jenny from Missoula. Okay, 18 years of experience. Louis bidding 50. How about 60 bucks for Bill Jenny?
Good man.
$60 for Bill Jenny. 18 years of jumper. You've been here long enough. You used to jump off the old jump before it was even this wide, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, we think he's just some flake from the MSU campus. And the sucker steps up there with his bike helmet and his borrowed skis and wins the amateur competition. He's a lot we're really proud of him because he owns a helmet. But he needs to borrow some skis for tomorrow, if anybody has them. John Martinson from Bozeman. Lynn, the Chowman Whistle. It's too bad there's no announcing booth to chew on. He could give John Yopes to run for his money for the wood eating competition.
Well,
there was nobody on the Gelande Jump circuit that had more fiber in their diet than John Yopes after Gelande Jump weekend. And throw away the announcing stand one year. Anyway, we've got the Chowman here, Linda Chowman Wenzel. But I ain't late on it, Lynn. Your long jump, he's in 8th place right now.
Long jump here?
I've got
I don't know. Forgot. Actually, I've been sandbagging for 12 years now. So 12 years. I've been here. Still haven't won the darn thing, but...
where's he at now? He's got it at 225.
Eric, born and raised in Montana, he's tough. He's so tough, he puts that Pee-wee Herminator to shame. But just want to tell you, 24 years of jumping this hill has taken its toll. I'm not a good guy anymore. I'm a piece of junk. My knees hurt, my back hurts. I'll put $50 on myself.
Can you say sandbagger? You can see that just at the top of his foot, the little engine that could sticking out of his pocket there. I think I can. Jeff Hogan, ladies and gentlemen, this miracle story, a young man in Colorado, actually born without a brain, unable to succeed at any other walk of life, he turned to skiing. Then he found out there was big money in Gelande. He said, hell, I could go to Missoula, make a couple grand, draw unemployment. I can ski all year. And that's what he's been doing for about their lifetime. However, this is the world record holder in Gelande. I think he jumped 4,000 feet or something like that. But he is the world record holder off a 90-meter jump.
I haven't been here since 1980 or 1994. It's great to be back, and Glenn, you're still in too. I'll tell you what, it's great to be here. I'm really happy to be back, and I have to thank Slim. Thanks very much for helping me all summer long get here. We're going to go farther tomorrow. It's going to be a great show. Thanks, Missoula, Shelly, Sherry, for having us. Everybody. Oh, Ruby. Gosh, God love her. Ruby at the Reserve Street. Outstanding. All the sponsors. And thank all of you. This is a great place. Thank you.
So we need two and a quarter. 2 1/4 for Brian Beck from Salt Lake City. Chance to pay back some money. Oh, Tim McGill. Let's start at $200 for the guy that's in 3rd place right now. This is like your 400th year of jumping here, right?
Oh, 400 or 500.
Something like that, 19 or 20 years. Anyway, let's start at $200 for Tim down the hill, McGill. 30 over here. 30 over here.
Okay, so what do you, McGill is a good deal. You say
You're here. What's your longest jump up here?
191.
What?
189 is the longest landed.
189 is the longest he's landed, and 181 was the one he bid it. I remember that. Now that you bring that up, I remember that. We all went, ooh, then we went, ooh. 40 from Brian Beck. 350 is our next bid. 350. She's thinking about it really hard. She's thinking if I only had one more drink, I'd go for it. We got 340, 340 once, 340 twice.
350 right
350 right there. 350.
Jump right in there. Anytime, buddy.
380. 370 going once. 370 going twice. 240.
Sold! It's sold, yes! All right. Woo!
Jumped 184, 183. He's in 1st place right now. I have an opening bid of $400 on Brent Wilson. Former Whitefish skier working up here. I need 420. Are you bidding 5? 420. All right, 420. Oh, you were bidding 5. 5 fingers. Take me out, Bill. 420. Bill Kinney. I need 440. 450. 450 in front of here. 460 going twice.
I got 470.
470.
Right here.
480.
We have the same hair in our pooper.
480 is the bid. How about 490? 490 for the champions in 1996. And the long jump for both of them. Okay.
510. 510.
$510 is our bid right here. 510 up front. 510 is the bid. Wilson
a minute. Oh, no. It's sold! Woo!
Fingers on fast.
You're right on
Somebody help Brian with this one. Five.
All right. Good scratching. That's all right. Go ahead.
We got 5-10 mark.
It's almost an easy. It's almost
5-10 twice.
second place. I thought it was, yeah.
Sold!
Right.
All right, the Calcutta and the award ceremony will be tomorrow night about 5 o'clock, right out here on the deck. So in the meantime, let's keep partying and enjoying the 1998 Gelande jump.
Trent round the hole.
Colorado.
No, it's Colorado.
Psychologically. Down the hill, McGill.
Brett. Really?
Come on, Brent.
Home of the 2002 Winter Olympics.
Get really hurt now. Really hard.
He's down and he's back up. Rob Davis taking a little bit of a spill on the landing. Nonetheless, he's up and walking off. How about a round of a howl for Rob Davis from Salt Lake City, Utah? Our 1998 amateur jumpers for this North American Championship. The 7th place finisher in the competition gets wax and ski straps from Hometown Wax, and the 7th place finisher was Josh Mackey. Josh Mackey. Pair of ski goggles, Kenny Casselder. Kenny Casselder, Whitefish.
Yeah, Kenny.
All right, Kenny, are you here? Give me a shout if you are. Just wave your arm at me if you can. Now, our fifth place finisher for the amateurs also got a pair of goggles, and it's Rich Coffee. Rich Coffee. For the fourth place finisher, a Monsoon waterproof jacket from Sun Mountain Sports, and that goes to Steve Peck. All right, the third place finisher gets a Stratus jacket from Sun Mountain Sports. And the third place finisher is Michael Bell from Snowbowl. Michael Bell, right down here. All right, the second place finisher, a $100 gift certificate to Bob Ward's Paul Moffett from Whitefish. Paul Moffett. Well, Paul Moffett from Whitefish, are you out here? Give me an arm wave. I know you need to be taller, these Whitefish guys. All right, sir. Here's Paul Moffett, second place amateur finish for 1998 from Whitefish. I thought you wanted to sing or something. All right, our 1998 North American Amateur Champion gets a $250 Snowbowl gift certificate. And it is Eric Wilson. Eric Wilson. Eric went home and said he wants to auction it off. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I got a $250 gift certificate.
He's here.
Never mind. All right, 10th place. Returned $145. You can find this guy hanging out at Snowbird. He's at the home of the 2002 Winter Olympics. He's been here for 10 years. Flying Brian Dash. Flying Brian, 10th place. Good luck. Ninth place turned out to be a tie. So the two gentlemen who tied for this actually tied for eighth, both the $253.75. One of them was our 1990 amateur champion. Came here with a bicycle helmet, borrowed a pair of skis, and won the 90 championship. And he's been here ever since. And he comes in and finishes in a tie for eighth place, John Martinson from Bozeman, Montana. A lot of good young jumpers come in, a lot of Whitefish jumpers this year. It's nice to see everybody come in. Thank you, John. Congratulations. And there's no way that we do a blind date and Lloyd Crozier doesn't stand up here and yodel. There's a little groupie in everybody.
I want to thank our biggest help, Sherry and Shelly, for putting on the show and Snowbowl, and Ruby's for our biggest sponsor of all. Glenn here for MC, he's the best, and see you next year too. I'll be a little older, but my hill record still stands. And
you can tell he's getting old. He walked off without his money. All right, seventh place. Paid $362.80. And I got to say, outstanding. This guy hadn't jumped here for several years and missed all the warm-ups and everything yesterday. Kyle Washington comes back to Missoula. $362. All Our 6th place finisher grabbed $435 this year. And he's in here, this will be the 11th year in a row he's been in from Colorado, one of the Flying Wolgrini brothers, Mike Wogren. There you go, Mike. Good job. Congratulations.
Well, you know, I mean, these guys always do such a good job. I mean, it's hard to say it every time, but, you know, you guys might get tired of hearing it, but we just really love the job you guys do, and we love coming up here to Montana. It's the best state. They'll do some skiing at Big Mountain next year. That's a good possibility. So, all you spectators, think about going north possibly next year.
I'll tell you, Mike, I think Eric Berga said it best when he said, Missoula rules. All right, our next jumper finished in 5th place. Yesterday he told me he was going to win it. He wasn't that far off. He returned $580. It's Tim Down the Hill McGill. If he hadn't got tired at the end, there was a chance. And he is the owner of Hometown Wax, by the way. All right, up next in 4th place. Guy paid off really big in Calcutta, and he was a real surprise here. And he's one of the 3 Wilson brothers. It's Ralph Wilson, $725. Well, the final 3 jumpers really put on quite a show, especially in that last round. They hung up some big jumps, including this guy that got 3rd. He's in from Crested Butte, Colorado. He was out at 187 feet. And until Brent hit his big one at the end, those were the long jumps. Nonetheless, he was pretty consistent, over 180 feet all the way through. Look for a lot more to come from Bruce Stott from Crested Butte. $1,015. $1,015. All right, the guy that got 2nd place is no stranger to Missoula. He came off a knee injury, and it's been a couple of years since he's been here. He obviously hasn't lost his stride. He's the world record holder, 328 feet and a 90-meter jump, and he's got his name on this cup 3 times. $1,305. Jeff Wolgren from Little.
Thanks very much, Missoula. We love you guys. This is great. I want to thank the Missoula Gelande Club, Shelly, and everybody behind the scenes that we don't know about. We really appreciate being here, all your work. Snowbowl, the ski area itself, thank you so much. Ruby, God love her. I mean, my gosh, she puts us all up, takes such good care of us. She's outstanding year after year. And thanks, honey. Couldn't be back without you.
Jeff Wolgren, the 1998 runner-up. All right, 1st place paid $1,812. And for those of you that were out here to see his final jump, when he was threatened at the end and needed a good solid thing to just flat put it away, he cranked one out at 189 feet. He won it in 96, and for the 2nd time, Brent Wilson's name goes on the cup. The North American champion, Brent Wilson! North American Gelande champion and the Snowbowl Cup winner for a 2nd time.
Great fun. Great fun.
to say thanks to all you guys that came out to watch this competition. It was really fun. I had a great time. I'd like to especially thank Dave here for helping us put it all on. And the Gelande Club, thanks a million. And thank you all. I appreciate it. Hopefully we'll see you all next year.
All right, I have one more announcement, and for those of you that are snowballers and regulars here, as you know, whenever last day rolls in, it's to wear your costume, wear your funny stuff, and come have a good time. Always free food, free beer. Well, going on also, free is a good word. So last day is always a special day here, so if you haven't caught it in the past, join those of us that have been doing it forever, because it's a lot of fun. Also, on that day, the Garland Davis hip wrestle to help defray the medical costs for Garland, our bartender, will take place. We have a trip down the Lochsaw River with Lewis and Clark Trail Adventures, a season pass, a snowball, gift certificates all over the place. That's on the last day here, the Garland Davis hip raffle, so be a part of that. Tickets are for sale now for $5 each. On behalf of Miller Lite, who helped get this together, Montana Snowball and Z100, see you next year!